We're here with F2 ahead of their launch of their new book, Ultimate Footballer. Lads, welcome to Dublin.
Thank you very much.
So the new book is out. Why have you decided that now is the right time to bring out a new book?
Well, obviously, it's a lead up to Christmas when we know people like to purchase things for presents for people, and the F2 books have been the perfect present for a gift for a family member. With this book in particular, it's totally unique from the other books. We feel like it's going to be probably our bestseller out of the four, and four of the other books were bestsellers as well. So we've got high hopes for this one, and it's totally unique.
Because YouTube has become a massive thing. Obviously, you have a huge following online. How did you break into an industry? Obviously, it's such a tough thing to do. How did you get into it, really?
Do you know what? Being totally honest, when we first started YouTube, there were a lot less channels, and it was a really good time to start a YouTube channel. Obviously, we've put a lot of effort and focus into creating amazing content, and over the years we've got better and better, and we're really proud of a lot of our content. But we were lucky in that we did start at a really good
Hang on
time.
a minute, lucky. You can call it pioneers.
You could.
We started the trend.
Guilty.
I'm joking.
Because obviously it has become a lot tougher an industry to break into. What do you think the quality of content up there is like at the minute, not just in terms of your own, but in terms of an overall and on the football side of things especially?
You can pretty much find whatever you want, and that's incredible, and probably thousands of versions of it. If it's a tutorial, for instance, and you type in around the world, you could see 2,000, 3,000 tutorials on the around the world skill, for instance. So the competition is really tough for younger guys coming into it, trying to make a living from YouTube, and that's wise because kids have realised that they can do this for a job, right? And it's fun. When we first got into it, it was more of a hobby, so we never got paid from YouTube. It was more like we want people to see what we can do and just show the world, and then it got monetized a little bit later.
Because years ago it was kind of a way that every kid wants to be a footballer, but now every kid wants to be a YouTuber, and you kind of have the best of both worlds. You're a football YouTuber, so it's kind of a great way to make a living, I suppose.
Yeah, we've got an unbelievable job. We're in an unbelievable position, and it's true. We get to go on a pitch and create football content, and we are YouTubers and very close to being footballers because we play football also for a living. And it's so true. Skip back 10 years, and no kid was saying, when asked, "What do you want to be when you're older?" "I want to be a YouTuber." Whereas now, it's probably the majority of kids in the UK anyway who would answer saying they want to be a footballer or a YouTuber.
Is that something that surprised you? Because like you said, it's grown so much, and it wasn't so it was popular years ago to see kids that when you ask them what do you want to be, like a YouTuber, that's what they want to make.
Yeah, it is surprising. Well, the speed of how things have transformed is surprising. The fact that the kids want to do it isn't surprising, because if someone said to you, you can do your hobby as your job and earn really lucrative amount of money, and you can do it by going on YouTube, no wonder everyone wants to do it. You know, if you like traveling, you can be a travel vlogger or a blogger, and you can earn money from that. So that's your hobby, your passion, what you care about, getting paid to do that. And that's the equivalent to kids wanting to be a footballer and trying to be a footballer. But I guess with football, it's so tough because it takes so much dedication to be a footballer. You know, you have to give it your everything and then still get lucky along the way to make it to the top level, because so many people want to do it. So I guess it's a way that you can get access to a camera, you can get editing software really easily on your phone, and you can start tomorrow. I mean, to become a footballer, you have to firstly get into a club, you have to train week in, week out, then you have to get scouted, and you have to play. To become a YouTuber, you can start independently, and if you get the breaks, then you go through.
And Instagram has become a massive as well. Has that been an adjustment for you to kind of shorten your content to make it fit with Instagram as well as YouTube?
Yeah, sure. So each platform has certain formats that work better. As you guys know, you're in the game. And it constantly changes. And the algorithm constantly changes. So part of our job is to stay on top of that, to have our ear to the ground with the industry and what changes are happening, and to adapt, because if you don't adapt very quickly, you can disappear. Yeah.
What's the type of content that you most enjoy creating in terms of what? I know you obviously do loads of different types of videos, but what's the one when you know if you're going out to do a certain type of video today, that's the one you're looking forward to the most?
For me, it'll be free kicks, shooting, or if we're playing an F2 FC match and we're filming it for YouTube, that's the best. It's just like, you can't be playing football. For me, everyone loves scoring goals, and if you've got a good keeper in goal, it's a good challenge. Yeah, it's the best feeling in the world, just going to smash balls at the goal and then putting them into a great compilation.
Same, yeah. The matches and the shooting, that's what's fun. Like, we've got a shoot coming up with David De Gea, I think, soon. We have to just pepper shots at him for half an hour or something. He's up for it, we're up for it. It's all fun and in great taste, but you do look forward to those shoots, you do.
Is that a bit surreal to be making videos with some of the biggest names around in football? I can imagine that's a really exciting thing to do as well.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable position to be in, and we're totally blessed with that. And we didn't foresee this kind of stuff happening, it going this big. You know, when we first started, our target was to get to 80,000 subscribers, and we thought if we get there, we've kind of made it. Then you get to 80,000, you go, okay, right, can we push on for 500,000 and then 1 million? And it goes to, we saw KSI was on 6 million, and we're like, that's got to be the ultimate target. Let's just get there. But then when you get there, you kind of carry on evolving. And it's like that with the player appearances. We got 1, then 2, and then now they come thick and fast. And it's surreal, you know, when you're shooting against like Thibaut Courtois and you're shooting and you score a goal. You not only you're happy you scored a goal, you think that's against Thibaut Courtois, like one of the best keepers in the world. And then you see a shot that you should score, and he's plucking it out the top corner, and you're like, wow, now you know the standard. We know what the difference is between a Prem keeper and a Championship keeper and a semi-pro keeper, because we've lived it. We've shot against all of them, and we can see the difference. And not many people can really understand it because they haven't like lived it.
What was the one you most enjoyed doing? What name working with was the most enjoyable?
Neymar.
Yeah.
We had an hour with him in Spain, and considering how big Neymar is, we were just left to it, and it was unbelievable. And we created 5 viral videos from that hour. Neymar was unbelievable, such a funny guy. There was a language barrier, but the connection was there, and we were still somehow having jokes and banter while having a kick around without even really being able to speak the same language as each other. So he understands a bit of English, but Neymar definitely stands out in my mind.
What footballers obviously you're guys who enjoy kind of football when it's played in a certain way, like exciting. Who do you most enjoy watching out there at the minute? I assume Neymar would probably be up there, would he?
Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe.
and Sonny for Spurs. Son, he's the most exciting player when he gets on the ball. I mean, he's so underrated. It's unreal. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Spurs fan. Yes, I am saying that because I'm a Spurs fan, but I believe it as well.
Is there like when there's obviously you guys try and recreate all these skills that are done out there? Like, has there been a skill move in the last couple of years that you've found just so difficult to do that you've seen a player do on the pitch? What would be the toughest one to recreate if you had to pick one?
We're pretty good, really, because we don't go near the ones we know we wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah.
So we pick smart,
Yeah.
and then you don't end up failing because you just pick smart to begin with. But what's some of the hardest ones?
For me, it would be the knuckleball technique, because I can do it, and I can do it really well at times, but I forget it the moment I stop doing it. Like, I literally forget the technique, and it annoys me when I go back to film it again, and I have to go through probably about 2 hours worth of kicking the ball to learn the technique again, exactly how to do it.
It's going to sound funny, and most people would never need to think about this, but in our line of work, we've had to. The very worst goals to recreate are anything that hits the woodwork. Because your margin for error is going from there to tiny, because it has to hit the woodwork and react exactly the same. You know, you can score top bins, and then you can recreate it and go there or thereabouts, top bins, it looks the same. If something hits the crossbar, bounces down, hits the crossbar again, and then goes in the goal, the odds of you being able to recreate that, they go massively, they shrink exponentially.
I had to recreate a Messi free kick. I had to recreate a Messi free kick that goes top bins but in off the post. It was an absolute nightmare, wasn't it?
Yeah, nightmare.
No, it weren't. I got it within like 5 tries. Remember? The Messi free kick on the edge of the 18-yard box. Bing, you couldn't believe it. Oh, he sucked me in. I was trying to suck you in. You sucked me in.
You got me
I literally got so lucky with it. It come off the post. Yeah.
So guys, last question. The book is called Ultimate Footballer, obviously. So I want you to create your Ultimate Footballer for me. Give me 3 or 4 traits from 3 or 4 different players, and if you just create the perfect one.
The book over here and let's have a little look at some of the.
We're gonna say 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
And you can choose who you think's right and wrong. Okay, who you would choose.
We'll get you involved.
This is a Billy v Jezza. Okay, right. So I'm gonna say. Okay, let's go for. Should I go typical or a bit different? Like, should I choose heading, for instance, or should I go with mentality? Okay, I'll do it.
You call it.
I'll do it randomly then. Dribbling, Raheem Sterling or Eden Hazard?
Hazard, I think, for me.
1-0 Jez. Okay, because we do battle against each other here. Okay, passing, Kevin De Bruyne or Luka Modric?
Oh, De Bruyne.
1-0.
Proceed.
Let's go. Last one. Mentality, Cristiano Ronaldo or Steven Gerrard?
I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'd have to say Ronaldo, I think. Just because.
Definitely. Yeah, it's Ronaldo. It is.
Did
Do
you
you
go
know,
Ronaldo or
do you know
Gerrard?
what? I went with Ronaldo because he already chose Gerrard, but I wanted to choose Gerrard, so I chose Ronaldo.
That is a tough one, to be fair.
I think it's 2 different types. It's mentality to try and be the best player, and it's mentality on the pitch to be like that aggression, that natural born winner that you can't really instill into players.
That is one of the best debates. That's tough. Like, I know I went with Gerrard. You could pick 50-50. 50-50. Yeah.
So, guys, thanks for talking to us today. The book is called F2. Ultimate Footballer. Check it out. It's in stores now.